my Championship Game Week 5 reaction. Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be doing my Championship Game Week 5 reaction. We're going to be hopefully doing this as a weekly thing, hopefully every Sunday. We'll be doing this video, a Championship reaction. There was one game that was postponed, and that was Coventry-Huddersfield. We'll get into the monarchy of that in, I said yesterday's video, but I'll do a video on that if you want to. Yeah, so 11 games to react to. Should we start off with the Friday night's game, with it Norwich City 2, Millwall 0, and it was a sergeant masterclass really from Norwich. Norwich looked very good. 18 shots to Millwall's 10. Norwich looked like the usual Norwich that I expected them to look like. And the table will be up on the screen as we speak. But Norwich 2-0 up. 2-0 win over a strong Millwall side. And I said in my prediction that Millwall look like they do look like a strong side. But oh my we're 3 games. We got 3 games in hand. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, so I was saying Millwall look like a strong side. Yeah, they are a strong side, Millwall. But Norwich turning back their form a little bit and getting a huge 2-0 win, a sergeant masterclass. And now they're only 3 points off top, so it's, you know, you get a few bad games off start. You're still in there, in and around the top. Yeah, so Norwich sit 8th right now with 7 points. Millwall sit 10th with 7 points as well. So, you know, 8th and 10th, you know, Norwich, well done to Norwich. Honestly, Norwich looked very, very good. And yeah, Millwall, you know, it's not a bad result, I guess, you know. I'm going to start the game looking at Norwich's poor start, but, you know, Norwich away is a tough match. It is a very tough match. Last season they were in the Prem. And, you know, it's not a bad result for Millwall. They've just got to move on to their next game, which is, let me see, Reading. So that should be a win. But never mind Reading, they did beat Blackburn 3-0. But yeah, should we get into Stoke City 0, Sunderland 1, Sunderland with a huge away win even. And let's say towards the end of the season they're, you know, safe by like, I know they're 3 points off. You look at the Stoke game, the very start of the season, and think, what a result! And it is a good result. Stoke City are a strong side, but by the way, Sunderland are looking fantastic. You know, it was a very even game. Stoke 15 shots to Sunderland's 12, 3 shots for Stoke, 2 for Sunderland. Possession sways to Stoke, but you know, it's not all about the stats, it's about the result, and Sunderland got the result by a Ross Stewart in the 47th minute, 45 plus 2. So an added time of the first half. Yeah, they got the win, and look where Sunderland are right now. They're 5th. They're in a very good position in going into the 6th game of the season, and you know, they do look like a strong side, Sunderland, but Stoke, on the other hand, 21st, probably in the relegation zone if it wasn't for Coventry City's match, so many postponed games. But when you look at this, you know, Stoke are not having a good season. 4 points in 5 games, that's less points in games, which is, for Stoke, a little bit worrying. I would expect them to, you know, maybe go out this season, you know, Millwall, then Blackpool, Huddersfield, then Middlesbrough and Sunderland. You can at least pick up 5 points from that. You know, you lost to Millwall, fair enough. You beat Blackpool. You could have beaten Huddersfield. You probably could have beaten Sunderland. It's not looking good for Stoke, that's for sure. But on the other hand, Sunderland, what a start to the season. What a start. Moving on to QPR 1, Rotherham 1. And again, Rotherham, another newly promoted side, off to a decent start to the season. But on the other hand, QPR not looking brilliant. You know, it's a 1-1 draw. I did really expect a 1-1 draw. I did put 2-1 Rotherham in my predictions, but I went for it was a 1-1. And honestly, I should have predicted that. It was definitely it looked like a 1-1 draw. Rotherham go ahead in the 33rd minute. You know, pretty on the balance of the play, pretty undeserved. But then QPR get an equaliser just before half time, and then it's a stalemate for the whole of the second half. But you know, QPR on balance probably deserved all 3 points. You know, with how many shots they've had, 11 more shots, more on target, more possession, more passes, more pass accuracy. You know, on balance, QPR were the better team, but at the end, that's what Rotherham, that's what newly promoted sides need to do: grind out some points. And in the day, this point could be crucial for Rotherham. So, you know, they definitely need to keep doing what they're doing. Currently, Rotherham sits 13th with 6 points. QPR sits 17th with 5 points. So, 1 point separates them two. So it's not like a huge knockdown. Not a huge difference. So, and then the season it could be the other way round, and then Rotherham back down and QPR back up. But you know, yeah, Rotherham, you know, they have not bad starts to the season. Newly promoted, not too bad. But yeah, QPR need to start winning some games. Moving on to an absolute corker: Burnley 3, Blackpool 3, and let's just add Burnley 2-0. 2-1, 3-1, 3-3, and then 2 red cards in 2 minutes. It was a game you will love to watch. It's 13 shots to 12, Burnley 13, 12 to Blackpool. Blackpool were clinical, 8 on target out of those 12. That is 2/3 of their shots on target. Burnley 4 shots, no, 13 shots, 4 on target. So not as clinical. But way more possession goes to Burnley, way more passes, way more pass accuracy, less fouls, less yellows, same amount of reds, more offsides and less corners. But still, 3-3 just shows Blackpool, you know, Burnley dominate the possession, dominate the passes and that, but Blackpool were clinical. But they had more shots. But Blackpool still got 3 goals, 3 passes. Burnley side is difficult. And just to add more salt to the wound for Burnley at home. And it was the Coventry City man last season who got the red for Burnley. Ian Matson, the right back or left back. And then it was, oh no, a substitution for Blackpool got a red card. So yeah, Burnley 3, Blackpool 3. What a game. Blackpool currently sits 11th with 7 points. Burnley currently sits 16th with 6 points. So this season's starting to really shape up. Burnley not having that good of a start. I would expect them to have a good start, but they're more of the draw specialists with 1 win, 3 draws and 1 loss. Who have they played? Let's see. So they beat Huddersfield, drew to Luton, lost to Watford, drew to Hull, drew to Blackpool. I'd expect them to at least get 9 points. I think they should have at least beaten Luton, and they could have got a point against Watford. Plus Watford did get a red card, so they could have easily got a point there. Should have beaten Hull at home as well. Probably should have beaten Blackpool as well. So that should have been probably about 13 points. I don't know if that's like being critical of Burnley, but they're not getting off to a good start, that's for sure. Moving on to Birmingham 0, Wigan Athletic 1. Wigan, newly promoted side, getting a huge win, and they played with 10 men and away from home. They played with 10 men for over 80 minutes of the match. In the 10th minute, Joe Bennett got a red card, and then in the 82nd minute, after the hard fought defending from Wigan, from Burnham's pressure, Nathan Broadhead in the 82nd minute with a huge goal. It was the substitution, which was absolutely critical. Yeah, Nathan Broadhead, what a great goal to separate these two sides. But Birmingham will definitely be upset with that. 14 shots, more possession, more passes. They should have won that. If you're a great side, if you want to stay up, you're looking at this game and be like, we have to win this game. And it's Wigan with 10 men. You should be winning Wigan with 11 men, let alone 10. It's borderline embarrassing for Birmingham, and yeah, it's pretty upsetting to see. But yeah, Birmingham currently sit 19th with 5 points, so they've come back to pretty much normality. 19th, you know, they're always going to be around that stretch. They had a really good start, but now they're only in 5 points in 5 games. Like, the averaging point a game, which for Birmingham is not bad. You know, you draw to Luton, that's not a bad result. You beat Huddersfield, good result. You lose to Cardiff. You draw to Watford, what a result. Watford, you drew to Watford. And then you lose to Wigan in the space of 4 days. It's borderline embarrassing for Birmingham. That is horrendous. And to put more salt in the wound, it was 10 men Wigan. 10 men Wigan. And you drew and you lost 1-0. You should be dominating that game. You know who would have won that? Coventry City would have beaten 10 men Wigan. And we haven't got a pitch. And Birmingham are losing to Wigan, and you're expecting to survive? Really? It's borderline embarrassing, and Birmingham have to pick up a result against Rotherham, or it's just put more salt in the wound, that's for sure. But yeah, moving on to Coventry City. Oh wait, they got postponed because I'm on pitch. I need to see the latest news on that, but yeah, hopefully our pitch can get sorted out. But yeah, moving on to a corker. Sheffield United 3, Blackburn Rovers 0. Back-to-back 3-0 losses for Blackburn. Reading, and this one is, I guess, a little bit more, you know, a little bit more, what's the word? You know, I expected it, like, a little bit more expected. 3-0, Sheffield United on fire. It's as simple as that. And Blackburn got absolutely destroyed. Honestly, wow. 22 shots Sheffield United, 3 for Blackburn. Embarrassing. 11 on target for Sheffield United, 0 for Blackburn. See how much clinicality that is. That's awful. They played Ben Berrington Diaz and Gallagher and Smodix, and they didn't even get a shot on target. Embarrassing. You know, Oliver Norwood in the 31st minute, and then a Liman Ndiaye with a double in the. Yeah, it was a great result. The substitute, was it? Yeah, a substitute got 2 goals and a yellow card. What a substitution. Let me see who got taken off for. In the 65th minute, he had 25 minutes to score 2 goals. He's in 25 minutes scored 2 goals and a yellow card. What a corker of a game he had. Who did he go off for? Is it Norman? Let me see. No, Cardra. Who had Cardra play? Yeah, striker. Yeah, the Ndiaye, what a corker for Ndiaye. A corker match. And Blackburn, honestly, they're looking shocking now, but they're still 4th. That's brilliant for Blackburn, and only 1 point off Sheffield United. But it is back-to-back 3-0 losses, which is nearly as embarrassing as Birmingham. But you've got to put hats up to Sheffield United. I thought it would be 2-1, but 3-0. Dominational, really dominational. Yeah, Sheffield United first with 10 points, and Blackburn 4th with 9. So Blackburn haven't really gone down too much. But who they got next? They got Bradford in the second round, but yeah, that's Stoke. have to beat Stoke. If you lose to Stoke, then it starts to get worrying stuff. You've got Stoke, Blackpool, Bristol, then Wigan. Those 4 games should be 12 points. But yeah, Sheffield United off to a flyer. 3 points in the bag, 3 points, 3 goals, 0 conceded. A corking match, corker of a match. Well done, Sheffield United. Moving on to Preston 0, Watford 0. It's a game, you know, you thought this game's not going to be entertaining. I thought Watford could have done a little bit better with the stats as well. You know, a little bit more shots, less shots on target, more possession, more passes. It was a very even game, but they both even got the same amount of yellow cards. It was a game you like, one goal could win it, but the goal didn't come in the end. And Watford won't be too hard done by. They're sitting second right now. Well, 1 point behind Sheffield United, but Watford haven't been clinical this season, which is a bit worrying stuff for Watford fans. You know, they haven't been the killer edge I thought they would be, definitely. But Preston, on the other hand, 9th with 7 points, not looking awful. Yeah, they're looking pretty decent on one hand, and you know, only 2 points separate these two sides, so it's not like a huge gap. That's what it is at the start of the season. It's like an F1 race, you know, at the very start when they were like, the green light comes on and everyone's just all packed. That's what start of the football season is. Everyone's packed, you know. There's only 7 points separating 23rd to 1st. I'm not counting Coventry City because we have 3 games in hand. So if we win all 3, we'll be on 10 points. And I think we would have won all 3 probably. We had Rotherham, Wigan and Huddersfield. That's 3 winnable games. That's definitely winnable games. So I think we probably would have been, yeah. And also, if it wasn't for that crisis, we actually could have beaten Millwall, because if it wasn't for that, I think, you know, we would have been, our heads would have been still like really good. So yeah, I think we could have been top if it wasn't for the pitch. But it is what it is. But yeah, the start of the season, it's so jammed together. Like, there's a few points separating first and last. It's like unbelievable. And yeah, Watford takes second at the moment. It's not awful start for Watford. The next few games are QPR, Middlesbrough, Rotherham. They're difficult games. I think they could be QPR. Middlesbrough having a shocker. We'll get to them. And Rotherham are not awful. So yeah, I think it's tough. It's all right. 3 games. I think they could win those 3. But yeah, Preston, not a bad start to the season. You look at where they ended last season, I think they finished like 14th last season, so not awful from Preston. But for Watford, yeah, just got to move on, you know. You get a newly promoted side, you think, yeah, they have to win, they have to, you know, they have to get off to a good start. And to an extent I do agree, but yeah, Preston, Watford ending 0-0. Moving on to a game I'm not too shocked by, Reading 1 and Middlesbrough 0. Middlesbrough, everyone at the start of the season was like, Middlesbrough are world class. Middlesbrough, not world class, but Middlesbrough will be in the playoffs, get promoted. Oh, they've got Chris Wilder, he's insane. No, they would have been last if it wasn't for our stadium crisis. They would have been last. 3 points in 5 games. That is atrocious. What is it averaging? I'm not an expert. 5 divided by 3. That's averaging 1.6 points a game. That doesn't make sense. No, that's definitely not. No, they're just awful. Except 5 divided by 6. No. 3 divided by 5. That was what I was looking at. 3 divided by 5. 0.6 points. That's awful. That's they're basically getting 0. Like, honestly. They haven't even. They're winless in 5. It's Middlesbrough. They're winless in 5. 3 draws. They're the draw specialists. Draw to West Brom. Lost to QPR. Lost to Barnsley in the cup. Drew to Sheffield United, which actually is quite a good result. Drew to Stoke, which is pretty awful. And then they lost to Reading. They've got Swansea, Watford and Sunderland next. Something has to happen this Middlesbrough side. They're having an awful start to the season. They've got Chris Wilder. They've got Chris Wilder. They should be. He's the manager, yeah. Chris Wilder. Honestly, they've got force up front. They've got McGree in Cam. They should be doing better. They've got Zach Steffen, a Manchester City player. Played in the FA Cup semi-finals and you're losing to Reading. Something's going on there with Middlesbrough. But, yeah, Reading sit third. What is going on with this world? 3 wins for Reading. Wow. Let me see who they beat. So they lost to Blackpool. They beat Cardiff. They lost to Brom. They beat Blackburn and they beat Middlesbrough. They're sitting third. Reading are third. I won't end though to put it in the like 20th, but Reading, hats off to you. 1 point off first. Fair enough to Reading. Moving on to Swansea 0, Luton 2. Luton back with the wins. Yeah, they just lost to Bristol City and then lost to Preston. This is their first win of the season. They've beaten Swansea away, which is a good result. First win of the season, just to get that winning into your head. Yeah, 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses is it's pretty poor. If they had lost this game, that would have been what? I would have been 2 draws, 3 losses. So yeah, it's pretty it's awful for Luton. It's not been a good start, but it's also been dreadful for Swansea as well. This is pretty much, at the end of the season I think this will be a mid-table game, but yeah, Luton come out with 3 points away from home. Luton currently sit 18th with 5 points. Swansea currently sit 20th with 5 points. So 2 teams who were down there, right down there at the start of the season. Luton won 2 points. They were in the relegation zone, I think, or somewhere around the relegation zone. But yeah, Luton 18th, Swansea 20th. 2 teams are just not doing brilliant this season, and it's pretty worrying for both sides. And let's hope they can bring it back and start playing some decent football. But definitely quite worrying for both sides. But yeah, Luton, I did think they'll drop off a little bit, but yeah, a big 3 points for Luton. First win of the season. Alan Campbell and Carlton Morris with the 2 goals. On a fair share, Swansea dominated. They got double the shots. Got less shots on target, but yeah, tripled the possession, which is embarrassing. Pretty much tripled the passes. Way more pass act. It's domination for Swansea. But can they finish? No, they can't. Moving on to the next game, which is West Brom 5, Hull City 2. And it was a brilliant game. From it was an end-to-end game. It was a 7-goal thriller. It was a goal. It's a game you think, wow. And Callum Elder own goal in the 37th minute. John Swift in the 48th. Darnell Furlong in the 55th minute. They were 4-0 up, West Brom at one point. In the 70th minute, Carlin Grant with a penalty that made it 4-0. And then Oscar Estupiñán, I'm so English. 77th minute, got a goal back, 4-1. Come back on maybe. No. Dara O'Shea. Dara O'Shea. I can't be bothered. In the 85th minute, and then Oscar in the 90th minute. Yeah, it was interesting. On a fair share, yeah, West Brom had way more shots. Did have more shots on target. Yeah, did have more possession. Over double the possession. Probably over double the passes. Yeah, over double the passes. Yeah, I think it was fair. Hull City sits 6th though. If they had won that, they would have gone top. So it is huge. But yeah, Hull City started this game 2nd, I believe, and they've dropped down to 6th. West Brom were 22nd. They moved up to 14th. So that's how close this whole table is so far in 5 games. One win could just send you up the table. They win again, they're in the top 5. So West Brom, yeah, looking good. 5-2 win, a huge win. That's their first win of the season at home as well. It was a huge win for West Brom. 3 huge points in the bank. Now they're on 6 points with 1 win, 3 draws, 1 loss. And yeah, they're currently sitting behind Rotherham, ahead of Wigan, just ahead of Burnley, QPR. Yeah, they're only like 1 point off. They're only 2 points off 6th. They're only 1 point off 7th. So yeah, it's a big win for West Brom, and let's see what their momentum is. Moving on to the last game, and that is today's game: Bristol City 2, Cardiff City 0. And Tommy Conway in the 41st minute, and Robert Atkinson in the 64th minute. I pronounced that. And yeah, 2-0 winners, a huge win for Bristol. That puts them up to 7th. Cardiff sit down to 12th. Spot on mid-table, so that's huge for them. A huge win for Bristol City at home as well, in front of the crowd. Bristol City I do sort of like Bristol City. Their owners really do invest in their team, and that's what you want from your owner. You want your owner to support your team, be there for every match, you know, bring money in, you know, make the stadium look nice, and that's what Bristol City owners have done. They're the owners every team wants. Man United want Bristol City owners to bring them money in, make the stadium look tip-top perfect, and, you know, brilliant stadium, brilliant fans. You know, it's a nice atmosphere around Bristol City right now, and you can see 7th with 7 points. That's, yes, literally a brilliant start from Bristol City. They're even ahead of Norwich. They were in the Prem last season. I think Bristol City will drop down a bit. I think they'll probably end like 14th, 15th, like they usually do. But yeah, what a start for Bristol. Five games in, they're 7th. They're literally 1 point. They're a win away from top. So definitely looking good for Bristol City. But yeah, that wraps up the video. Don't forget to that wraps up the first episode of the series. 5 game weeks in. It's only be for the Championship, because I am a Championship fan. We're getting to the Coventry City crisis. But yeah, the Championship predictions could be coming out on Thursday. I'll try and get a guest on, but if there's not, it's probably going to be me. Oh, we can play! We're playing Holloway! Yes! We can play a game! Yes! PUSB! Play up Sky Blues! We got no Hamer. That's the thing. We Hamer cost us the game against Millwall because he actually likes the red card. So yes, we've got a game. So a preview will be coming out on Friday. Come on, and I'll be doing predictions and this reaction with Coventry, and hopefully a huge 3 points as well with another 3 games in hand. It's like COVID all over again. But yeah, because in January we had 3 games in hand. I remember saying that. But yeah, that wraps up the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and peace out.